Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa. With untold stories, Africa's best. We the people, ABC Amba TV, Draft. Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa. With untold stories, Africa's best. We the people, ABC Amba TV, Draft. Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa. With untold stories, Africa's best. We the people, ABC Amba TV, Draft. Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa with untold stories, Africa's best. We the people, ABC Amba TV, Draft, Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa with untold stories, Africa's best. We the people, ABC Amba TV, Draft, Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa with untold stories, Africa's best.
In a pyramid, the CEO is the top, the highest person in everything. But if you ask who is the CEO in an orange tree, it will be that the person who is at the bottom, the root. And without that root is the main source of everything, nutrient for that orange tree. Why the CEO up there thinks only about him or herself. And that is how we have this revolution being run today. We have the pyramid leadership where you have people who only think about pride, arrogant, make themselves to be feared. And you have the orange leadership, which is at the bottom of the root, with humility, courage. So if you ask the orange tree, what do they need? The answer is nothing, because they have everything. They have the person who is at the bottom, who care for them, who look after them, who wants them to thrive wherever they are. But if you ask those managers, vice president, and all those who are in the pyramid of the leadership, they will tell you about themselves, how they are fine, they are doing their work, they make the company grow, all blah, blah, blah. So this is what we are witnessing in our revolution. But we have a leader who do not live like that. We have a leader who is the root of the orange tree. Because as he is there, he makes the orange get the light, the nutrients, photosynthesis, and all they want is for them to be sweet, sweet oranges. So what we want in this revolution is to reach Boya. And without much ado, I know if I ask a question, I will already know the answer because the IQ is there. Do you want a leader of the pyramid? The arrogant ones, the fearful ones, the noisemakers, the do nothing, or you want the leader who is the root of the orange tree? I think, as I said, we are in a workshop here, and each and every one is supposed to actively participate. I will not take a long time to say, put your hand up to see where you want. I know where people want to be. And this leadership of the orange tree are people who have hearts, people who have hands, and people who have head. So these people, they are purposeful, they are courageous, and they lead with principles. So without much ado, I want to introduce the Orange Tree leader, who instead of being at the top is at the bottom, is the root that produces stability, direction, and care, who is no other person as our president, President Dr. Samuel Ikome Sako. You're welcome, Mr. President. And I acknowledge the Vice President with us too, Mr. Erica. Thank you.
We the people, ABC Amber TV, draft. Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa. With untold stories, Africa's best. We the people, ABC Amber TV, draft. Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia.
Hey, Dr. Elat, thank you. One day I was asking myself, there is a day I will not be here. How will I be remembered? I was just sitting and meditating. And today you just gave me a little glimpse of one aspect, of one commentary probably that will come from somewhere. I welcome all of you to our ACT Town Hall. I want to appreciate the Vice President, Mr. Ate, the chair of the Ambazonia or Team Ambazonia, and all the members of Team Ambazonia here present. Fellow Ambazonians, I perceive that the end of the journey of our liberation in many ways shall look very much like the beginning, as far as the final negotiation process with La République du Cameroon is concerned. In the beginning of what we now refer to as the Swiss-led process, we were the ones contacted by the government of Switzerland. The Swiss acted on behalf of the international community to lead the process of a potential negotiated resolution of our conflict with French Cameroon Republic. The interim government then reached out to community group leaders to consider the offer as a collective. We had the choice to go solo, but we chose to do otherwise. At the beginning of the process, we reached out to many individuals and groups, and the HD also helped in the outreach. Some of the groups outrightly refused to be involved, but the process went on as we know it today. Others attended the early preparatory meetings virtually and physically in Switzerland, then later decided, for reasons best known to them, to withdraw from the process. The following groups in the diaspora endorsed the process from the onset and registered to become members of our team Ambazonia. They endorsed the Swiss-led negotiation process. They were the interim government, Republic of Ambazonia, Southern Cameroon National Council, Sako, SCAM, AIPC, SCOOP, APLM, MORISC, SCWA, the defunct consortium, plus some selected independents who were chosen by HD and team members. The team kicked out some two members, Akuro of the defunct consortium and Dr. Fontaine, for engaging in anti-revolutionary conduct against the process. Also, shortly after the takeoff, the following groups suspended their participation in the team, each citing their group's concerns: SCOOP, AIPC, and ROA. But the Swiss-led process did not cancel. The process rather continued to garner credibility, international support, and sponsorship as the only existing process towards a peaceful resolution of the ongoing conflict with La République du Cameroun. The process was and is still endorsed by the EU, the United States, the United Nations, Canada, Switzerland, and much later by the AU and the UK. The reason why we are not on the table is not the absence of those groups that quit Team Act. It is because La République is yet to come to meet Ambazonia on the table. However, one thing is sure, they will meet us on the table. You know, the table is not the usual deceptive round table, so it is taking La République a little while to figure out how and when to come. This table is rectangular. It has two sides, the blue and white side and the green, red, yellow side, with our mediator, the Swiss government, and the guarantors seated by the sides to oversee the process. Recently, as you are all aware, some other groups decided to leave the team and made a fallacious declaration that the IG is the one that left the team. No, the IG is to the negotiation process, is to Team Ambazonia, as oxygen is to the body. Saying the IG has left Team Ambazonia is tantamount to saying the team has been dissolved. The reality is the team may have lost some members, some groups, but there is a difference between the negotiation process and Team Ambazonia. The process gave birth to the team, not vice versa. The interim government will continue to manage the process with our mediator as the focal point of the ongoing process on the Ambazonian side. We will continue to engage strategically with the mediator and HD, and even La République if need be, through the intermediary of our mediator. When La République du Cameroun will decide to meet with Ambazonia, the interim government will surely be the first to know, just as it was in the beginning. Those who have left the team but still endorse the process may be asked to join the team that we lead now when that time comes. That will be the case if the team thinks at that time that they can play a significant role in the process, especially as resource persons within the technical teams that will be helping our expert negotiator. Otherwise, we shall find bona fide Ambazonians who are loyal to the cause, men and women of caliber and unquestionable integrity. Those who have the prerequisite training and experience to assist in the process shall be sought to represent Team Ambazonia. These people will be selected from anywhere in the four corners, from the four corners of Ambazonia. Let me explain to you the negotiation process as it is supposed to run. One, the Republic of Cameroon calls Switzerland to request that we meet for the talks on talks. Two, the team Ambazonia, led by the IG, attends the talks on talks to agree on what, where, when, and the how, and agree on the agenda. Number three, Team Ambazonia finds an expert negotiator that will be paid by the sponsors of these talks. Remember, the Swiss are our mediators. They are not our negotiator. Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon set up, number four, set up their technical teams of local experts to provide support services to their expert negotiators. The negotiation commences. Number five, the team of local experts and our negotiator shall work with Team Ambazonia to settle on the various positions to adopt on the issues that are presented on the table. On the IG side, we will convene a national constituent assembly every time we are required to adopt a position on the issues being handled by the negotiating team on behalf of Ambazonia. Members of the national uh, coordination of the National Constituent Assembly will include one, the cabinet members, the presidency, the IHR, local government chairs, and county coordinators. That will be our Constituent Assembly. Number seven, Team Ambazonia member groups will have their own procedure of adopting positions before a vote. However, be it known that only the principal in an armed conflict has the veto power to decide on the outcome of any negotiation. We will not use this power lightly. To whom much is given, much is expected. Those groups that have left or will decide to leave Team Ambazonia are only putting their participation in the process in limbo. It should be seen also as declining an opportunity to partake in this historic assignment. That will not void or impede the process. Only our ground game can, and that is the key that the IG holds. They should remember that the fate of the negotiation process with La République du Cameroon does not rest on the shoulders of groups of activists or associations, but on the shoulders of all Ambazonians. It is the blood of Ambazonians that has been shed, not the blood of associations. We, the people, have decided that if groups fail Ambazonians, Ambazonians shall not fail Ambazonia. The team Ambazonia, led by this interim government, will always turn to Ambazonians to get the work done. That is the assignment given to us by the Almighty God of Ambazonia to our generation. We must fulfill it. I have the honor also in this occasion to introduce to you our Team Ambazonia petition to the White House at a very crucial moment. I would rather that the content thereof be read by the chair so that if there be any questions, we can take them. Viva the negotiation process and viva our beautiful country, Ambazonia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you for this great speech. We're going to move on to our next item on the agenda. We are going to have the workshop sessions, because this has been the official launching of the ACT workshop. And so item 6, workshop session starts. We have my patients, we have Barrister Behesa and Barrister Ghana. We have Comrade Paddy and Comrade Oben. So over to you, my patients Abiedu. We are at item 6.
Thank you, Professor Tebo. We're still waiting for Barrister Ghana to complete something. So we'll start with what the president just indicated.
Okay.
The reason this is a workshop is to introduce to Ambazonians 3 petitions. Most of you have already seen one petition that has gone through most of our fora about stop mass killing. We want to tell you that we are aware of that petition, and initially we wanted the individual who started that petition to have a visit with you, but something came up and she cannot be with you to explain to you what that petition is about. So the mass killing petition that you see floating in most of our fora is also a petition to help Ambazonia. Now, Team Ambazonia has created another petition, which we'll share shortly. In light of the United Nations General Assembly meeting that is coming up, and if you listen to Professor Ayin, he echoed it during his show today on ABC, Amba TV.